Alright, hi. So today we're going to work on problems involving polynomials and concept of adding, subtracting, multiplying, combining like terms. But in terms of, but we're going to use that in a problem solving type of a scenario. Here is a diagram. I have a big rectangle here. Notice that the big rectangle. One side is 4x, the other side is 3 minus x. We have a smaller rectangle. Did I say triangle? Rectangle, right? Yeah, there's another rectangle inside. 2x is the length of that, and 2 minus x is the width of the smaller rectangle inside the big rectangle. The question is, let's write the area of this yellow region as a polynomial. That would be in terms of x or x squared or whatever. So we have to go through and find out what that area is. Now, first we have to come up with an idea of how we're going to solve this problem. Forget about the polynomial piece. How are we going to solve this problem? We have a bigger, so the first thing you have to understand is that we have the bigger rectangle, okay, and we have a small rectangle. Okay, so we have two rectangles, one bigger, one smaller. Smaller is inside. In order to get the shaded area, notice that we must remove the area of the smaller rectangle out of the bigger rectangle. That means the bigger the area of the bigger rectangle minus the area of the smaller one that will give us the area of the yellow region. Great. Now let's go ahead and calculate now the area of the big rectangle first. So what is the area of the big rectangle? So make a note. So we have 4x and 3 minus x is the sides. So let's start up by writing the area of the big rectangle. All right, now remember the area of a rectangle, length times width. So we have 4x times, okay, I'm going to open up a bracket, and then the width is 3 minus x. Very good. And now we have to do the multiplication, make it simplified. So remember, we are multiplying both of these into the bracket one at a time. So that will end up being 12x minus 4x times x is 4x squared, and the negative stays. Great. This is the area. I'm going to call it AB. Subscript B, actually, let me put a smaller letter, subscript B, like that, the area of the bigger rectangle. Great. Now we're going to do the same thing and calculate the area of the smaller. The area of the smaller rectangle, width is 2x, length is 2 minus x, or vice versa. So let's go through that and do that. Okay, so we have 2x and 2x times 2 minus x. Remember, 2x is right here. That's what we have. And then 2 minus x is right there. And length times width, we just multiply that. Okay, and now we're going to have 4x. Again, we are multiplying both of these inside of the bracket one term at a time. And we get minus 2x squared. Great. Now that we have these two, this one and this one. Okay, now remember, the area of the bigger rectangle minus the area of the smaller rectangle, that will give us the area of the yellow region. Alright, that's what we got to do. So that means now we got to go through, we say 12x minus 4x squared in bracket minus, because we have to subtract away the area of the smaller rectangle from the bigger rectangle. Excellent. Now we got to go through and do the math. Alright, so here it is. The first thing we got to deal with is we're going to rewrite the first, we're going to remove the brackets from the first two terms, but notice that we have a negative outside of this bracket, so that -1 basically applies inside. You're multiplying it inside, okay, one term at a time. So I'm going to put it on top so that you can see what's happening. Okay, so it will be like that. So that will be negative 4x plus, negative times a negative is plus, 2x squared. Great. Very good. Now collecting like terms. Like terms. All right, let's deal with x's. So we have 12 x's here, minus 4x there. How many x's we got left? Well, 12 minus 4, that's 8x. Great, that's done. So now that is done, I am just going to cross them so that I don't mix them up. The next thing I got to deal with is, let's deal with x squared minus 4x squared plus 2x squared, like terms. Very good. So minus 4 plus 2, or negative 4 plus 2, that is negative 2x squared. So this is the area of the yellow region in terms of a polynomial expression. That is it. Great.